This episode of Under the Apron is sponsored by Anchor. If you haven't heard yet, Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with all the tools you need, all in one place. Just type in anchor.fm on your browser and start creating that podcast that you've been talking about starting all year long. Take advantage of Anchor's creation tools. You can record, edit, add music, or any type of audio you like right from your phone or computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast on many different listening platforms, such as Spotify, Apple, Google, or even Stitcher. And that's just to name a few. It's everything you need to make a podcast. And want to know what's the best part about it? Absolutely, totally free. Join us and download the Anchor app on your phone or go to anchor.fm on your browser to get started right away. Link will be in the show notes.
Movies and feelings. Pop, pop. Bring Your Own Popcorn is a podcast that dives into people and the movies who love them. Let us preach to your choir or stoke your ire as we spiral down memory lane with cult classics, Jurassics, and other genres that rhyme with traffic. What we lack in education, we make up for with comedy, compassion, and camaraderie. I'm your host, Mixtape Majesty, inviting you to join me and an assortment of wonderful guests on fine podcast apps everywhere. Bring your own popcorn.
He mocks me now, but wait until I release the power I hold in these hands. Oh my. Yeah. I did it again. I'm on a chat, and Messenger of Stupidity knows that I like to read messages or comments. So she'll probably end up saying something. I'm like Ron Burgundy. I will read everything and let it out. That's true. It's true. I will read it. If it's on my screen, I will read it. And I will have it out there. And then she says, I could try to make you say anything. You are risking it all right now, my dude. She thinks she has power. Not bad for a cold open, I might add. Like, this is the cold open. It is Inception right now where I'm reading the cold open, but it's telling you that it's a cold open, and now she has the power. Hey, so, here's the real cold open. This is the pre-cold open. I don't know how to call it. You're gonna have to get used to me, okay? You've come this far. You're on episode 91. There's no turning back. You're a fan. This is the reason you're a fan. I do off-the-wall stuff, but I have a lot of ideas for this show. Some I am trying to talk to people and get the right people to have the time to come on so we can talk about the subject that I've been wanting to talk about. Yeah, I understand that not many people have the time, so I keep that in a special folder of maybe soon it will happen. Other times I'm hit with writer's block and can't think of anything, even though the ideas are there. This week was one of those. The government is hurtling towards an autocracy, and democracy is doomed to fail at some point. She is off the wall right now. Welcome back, you podcast streamers and listening fans, to another great episode where even online I try to hide from responsibilities and possibly ghost you while I come to you from Under the Apron. I just remembered I had screen recorded an interview I had with a friend. And as you all know, I went live a few weeks ago for a few episodes. Not many of the podcast fans like that, but those that did ended up being fans from the chat and commenting. So my next guest is exactly that. He's from the chat on the live stream that I frequent. This segment was pre-recorded, so if you hear it suddenly drop off, it's because of that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, first time edition of the podcast known as Lust for Life. This is Josh. We have a segment on this show called Rod the Gauntlet. What we do is we have our guests answer some wrestling related questions. Some are personal, some are like, what would you do in this situation type deal. I like to have our listeners get to know the guest on the hot seat first before we go ahead and discuss the predictions of what might happen this weekend at Elimination Chamber. Hopefully, it records the whole thing. All right, so like that. Okay, so we'll get you into wrestling.
So like my uncle got me into wrestling. Um, I started watching around what so like 95 ish when I think when I was kind of I was like 5 years old, but I still I didn't know the wrestler's name, but I kind of knew like how they look.
Yeah,
And then what really got me into like more is like when I saw like the Hell in the Cell, the first Hell in the Cell with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. That
right.
made me love wrestling. When Kane came out and ripped that door, that made me into
Oh,
it.
yeah,
That made,
that was
yeah,
beautiful.
that made me into like a big
A
mark.
big
I was like, this is dope.
I'm a mark for life. Yeah,
Yeah. After
that
that,
was it.
after that, yeah. And then besides that, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of stopped watching wrestling after the whole Ruthless Aggression. Like when Cody was doing like all that Goldust, all the Stardust stuff.
Yeah,
Like kind of that era. I kind of stopped because I didn't like the direction Vince was going. I didn't like the pushes. Too much.
yeah, yeah.
But now, like I can tell you, ever since the whole when COVID happened, the whole tribal chief stuff happened, the whole storyline, it got me really back. And I'm also happy that AEW when Chris Jericho was the champion, the first champion, and they did like those
El,
stadiums and all that stuff. That was
El
dope.
Campeon.
That was
Yeah, the
champion, yeah.
bubbly. Yeah, that
Where's
was
the bubbly?
freaking
Give me the
awesome.
bubbly.
That's bubbly.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so back in the day, were you a WWF fan or a WCW fan?
WWF fan for sure. I will like on Monday Night Wars. If there was like I think the only promos I will watch on WCW it was like NWO Hogan because that was the whole point. But if it wasn't that, I'll watch the other one. But I do like WCW. What was the? I like that one dancer. That kid. What's his name? Alex is his name. Alex what? The disco one.
Yeah,
Not Disco Inferno. The other guy.
I
He
know,
was.
I know. The
Yeah.
other guy. Yeah, it was.
I like something. I forgot his name,
I forgot his name too, but
but he
I
like.
just saw his face too.
Yeah, me too. Me, I was also a huge DDP guy in WCW. I thought he was
Right.
cool.
It was awesome too.
And then
Uh,
when ECW came out, that was cool. That was like I started watching ECW when they're on TBS, so they kind of it wasn't that hardcore, but it was dope though. I love wrestling.
it was kind of dope. Yeah. What was the first pay per view you ever watched?
Psh, fuck. If I could remember, does In Your House count?
Yeah,
Yeah, so like probably like In Your House, Undertaker buried alive,
Buried Alive with
and then you know how
Mankind
Undertaker stick his
with
hands
the
out.
hand going up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
was like one of
that
the
was fun.
that first ones I remember. Yeah, for sure.
Favorite male wrestler?
Any generation,
Any generation?
I'm a Rock guy for sure.
Of course. Who
The
isn't?
Rock, heel Rock when he fought in Hulk Hogan for sure. I liked Stone Cold when he was with the Alliance when he was a heel. That was my
Yep.
favorite. I love that Disturb theme. That was heavy as hell.
It was. It was.
So that, but if
So
I
that would
had
be
to,
your favorite theme song, also, right there.
damn theme, I don't know. I love. Honestly, my favorite theme song like right now has to be Batista Animal, the OG. I freaking
Yeah.
just when he came out posing, like dude, this guy is like
I
that's my
can't
jam.
live
That's it.
in a danger. Oh, yeah, I know that. Oh. Favorite gimmick of all time.
Favorite gimmick of all time. If I had to pick a favorite gimmick, I would have to say Ravens gimmick.
Yeah, I used to
The
enjoy Raven
whole
also.
what about me? What about Ravens?
What about me?
I,
What about Raven? His poet, his
his
quotes, all
poet,
that stuff.
yeah, his
They're
little
the
yeah,
best.
the Kickstarter, and then also who else I like a lot for sure. That man, that's crazy. And then like for now, like the new guys, I actually kind of like Dominic. I know they're kind of make him look more like make him cheesy, make him all hard, but it kind of makes sense, you know. For me, like for me growing up, kind of like that, I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I could see someone just go like that and just be all hard after that, you know.
Yeah,
So I understand it, you know. But for sure, I think it has to be Raven for sure.
yeah. Love Raven also. Raven's Flock in
Yeah, he
WCW
doesn't
or
fall. Yeah,
the ECW one.
yeah.
Both. Okay. Favorite live event you ever been to?
I haven't been to one, but I'm gonna go to WrestleMania this year.
For real?
Yeah, so at SoFi Stadium right here in LA, I'm going to that one.
Oh shit! Look at
Night
you,
one.
man. Gonna follow up with an interview also on that one.
Oh, it's just yeah, dude. I am amped up.
That's
Like that's
awesome.
gonna be. I hope Roman Reigns does like lose a title or defend a title that night. Like I don't know.
All
If he's gonna,
right.
I don't know if
That's
he's
enough
gonna
of me.
lose it.
We're done with you, sir.
But
Uh,
you still want him to be the champion or what?
dude, let him beat Pedro Morales' record. Like
Okay,
seriously,
okay.
get
No,
him into the top five, and then we can say top five modern era. Him, yes. Lose it at SummerSlam, we're good. The record's been beat. We're done.
that's true. And you know what too? You remember on COVID era, he's like this. I'm gonna beat everybody, and then I'm gonna leave, wreck everything, and leave. Right?
Wreck and leave. Yeah,
Wreck and leave.
and
So,
he's almost done. He came back, did what he had to do, and now Hollywood is calling.
oh yeah, dude.
But if he loses at in Hollywood, imagine that. How ironic that. All right, I'm gonna stay here. Peace.
Like me, I'm out. Me, I really hope. I'm for me personally. I want LA Knight to win the Money in the Bank, and I want him to. I want him to have that push.
He's got to
I know
push.
for sure. For sure, I know if he could win that Money in the Bank, it'll be so dope. Like I feel like I really want Austin Theory to do good too. You know,
Yeah,
but I'm sorry that that Vince got fired. What he had to retire. You know, he had to retire. You know,
he had to. Look at get him out of there.
so
You know. Do you own any merch?
do I own any merch? I own a bunch of shirts. I think my favorite shirt it's the rock one, the original bull. It's like you know that one.
Yeah,
I had the fuck one, the Stone Cold one. You know that says
yeah, the
that one.
that one.
That one's cool. I'm honestly I'm looking for I want to get like a Macho Man like foam like the Madness when the WCW they have anything. I'm looking for that. I'm not a big Macho fan, but I always like him like in that the whole Madness that NW that was like always dope.
Yeah, he was dope back then in WW.
Yeah,
Uh, who do you think has the best mic skills now?
MJF for sure. MJF. Um,
Yeah, that's
besides
true.
besides that, babyface. I say Cody's good, but you have to really understand Cody like his terms.
Yeah, no.
If you don't understand it, then you could be like he's just rambling. But if you do, if you're a mark, you get what he's saying. You know.
Yeah,
LA Knight, I like his promos. For me,
yeah,
yeah, yes,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
love that. Um, and then The Rock, of course, you know when he does like all those the Helen and Sal impressions. I'm calling. I'm gonna drink some. I'm gonna listen to some Backstreet Boys. Drink a couple of Stay Weisers. Freaking love that.
That's hilarious.
And
Favorite faction of all time?
damn, favorite faction. I'm like, does the Dudley Boys count with Spike and would that count?
The Dudley Boys count because they're from ECW. They had a deep, deep
Oh,
faction.
okay, yeah. So I'll be that, or had to be that, or Wolfpack NWO.
Cool, cool, cool.
When it was all when Nash runs it, it's dope. It's like hell yeah, I want to roll with Nash.
What is one particular thing in the Attitude Era? that would not be able to fly today?
Jabroni,
Jabroni.
jabroni, or or anything that Vincent when Vincent said drop the N word. Well,
Wow.
I know that's not the attitude there, but that's the whole Ruthless
Yeah.
Aggression. But Vince McMahon when he was ECW champ was one of like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie
With
to
the
you. I wish they made a
do rag.
video that
With the do rag. My goodness.
and then the whole storyline and then when like he blows up and he loses the bout and all that stuff. Man, I wanted to know what was gonna happen with that. But RIP. With all that Chris Benoit stuff, that was just crazy.
It was.
Hi everyone, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Dawn.
And if you've ever watched a TV show and thought to yourself, oh my god, that season finale plot twist was absolutely bonkers,
Or seen a movie and thought, wow, I need to talk to somebody about this train wreck immediately.
then we think you'll fit right in with our podcast, I Hate It, Let's Watch It. We watch TV shows like Riverdale and Emily in Paris.
And movies like Deep Water, Killer Sofa, Rubber, and Deadly Illusions. And we give them the total rinsing they deserve.
It's basically group therapy for movie masochists. So come check us out wherever you stream podcasts.
Welcome back, you beautiful podcasters. We're going to get back to the show in just a few short minutes. I'm just here to make sure you got something for February 14th. That special occasion. Whether you're celebrating Valentine, Galentine, or Valentine, or any other kind of significant occasion that ends in time, make sure to get these two new scents from Dark Fate Creations. First is Everything Coming Up Daisies. It's a light and delicate floral scent. It's like smelling a fresh bouquet of daisies. Second one is First Love, a strong, beautifully bold cherry scent. It'll remind you of deliciously tart cherry candies or cherry flavored first kiss. It's absolutely mouth-watering. So make sure to check out these and other scents at darkfatecreations.com. And while you're there, don't forget to check out the car diffusers. These wonderful car accessories pack a punch and eliminate unpleasant odors. They last over 3 months, are easy to use, recyclable, and conveniently come in the same scent as the candles and wax melts. I'm still using mine, so it's still good. So say goodbye to cardboard fresheners that last less than a week and enjoy 3 to 4 months of continuous mouth-watering fragrance. Check them out and what they've got in stock at darkfatecreations.com. Link will be in the show notes.
All right, let me tell you this: who is your least favorite champion?
My least favorite champion. Oh, um, what's his face from Scream? Does he count?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, not Scream.
Ready
Ready
to
to
Rumble.
Rumble. Yeah, Courtney Cox husband.
David Arquette. What's his name? Something
David
like that.
Arquette. Yeah,
David
David
Arquette.
Arquette was my least favorite champion.
I feel, dude, freaking Russo, man. I don't know what Russo was thinking back in the day with that.
I hate him for that.
I feel so bad for like the WCW fans. Ugh. Funny story. I went to go watch that movie when they did like the recording. The matches.
I still not watched it.
You haven't seen it?
I have to now because podcast, but
Oh yeah, but
review
yeah,
it.
yeah, like the whole
But yeah, like I know what happened, all that stuff. All
yeah.
right, I gotta watch it.
Gotta watch that.
All right, I've asked this question before on this episode and gotten a lot of answers off the record and discourses. Let's say you had a friend who has never watched wrestling before and you wanted to start them out. You
Okay.
get your 8-hour tape from back in the 90s and you let them borrow it. You say, here, this is for you. Don't worry about giving it back to me in time. Enjoy it. And once you're done, we will talk. What's on the videotape? Which matches are there?
Like how many matches could I put? Like eight?
8 hours worth of it?
8 hours? Like, damn. Sorry.
Yeah. So
So
it's
for
like hours
sure.
long.
So for sure, I need a Stone Cold and a Rock WrestleMania for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Bret Hart. Does Bret Hart count in the Attitude Era though? Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. Huh?
Bret Hart. Any Bret Hart match?
Bret Hart versus oh no, what's that one? Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, SummerSlam when the first
Uh,
match.
cage match.
Yeah, when they when Owen
In a
Hart won,
cage.
that one was a
Bret
good
Hart.
match.
Yeah, it was.
Um, Also The Rock and Hogan for sure.
Oh
WrestleMania,
God, yeah.
that's for sure.
Blew the roof off.
John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, the
John
championship.
Cena. Okay.
Well, I know it's not attitude, but I'll just throw in there because they have to see John Cena. I think they'll be more into John Cena with that stuff. Um,
Right.
I'll put the for sure the first TLC match.
Okay.
Uh, I will throw in Mankind versus Undertaker because they need the moment for sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, I like if the I would like and out for me, I'll throw them a random like, hey, you want a random hardcore match? I'll throw them that like the hardcore match that on WrestleMania was like that 10 man one, and then Crash Holly got smacked in the back with the glass jar. You
Oh
remember that one?
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
put that one for sure because that one was wild.
That one. Yeah. Botched
He got
ending, but yeah, it was wild.
he got wild, and then also for sure, I'll throw some promos in there for sure. I'll throw in I'll throw in Stone Cold when he did the famous Austin 316 for sure. I'll throw in when Rick Rude, introduced DX.
Yeah.
That's a big moment.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And then one more promo I'll throw. What's a good promo to go through? Mm, Damn, that'd be a hard one. And I'll throw, you know what? I'll throw Chris Jericho when he interrupted the Rock for sure. That was a pretty big moment for me.
yes. Most definitely.
Like when I saw that, I was pretty hype. So for sure, like
What?
something.
Cool. Cool. What would your entrance music be
Oh,
for
I
a
have that
wrestler?
planned out. Yeah,
All
can I
right.
pick?
we all do.
Oh yeah, if it had to be like my own song, I have this one song from POD. It's called "Set It Off." Like
Yes.
towards like "Set It Off," and I picture like pyros coming out like that. I'm a made guy, so I get pyro, of course.
You've done this on 2K20,
Oh yeah,
2K22 and all
dude.
that. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
dude. Like I have my own pyro, of course.
All right.
I'm that for sure. And then honestly, if I could be in like in a tag faction, I would like to be with Kurt Angle, like the greatest American team, like that with him. Some
Yeah.
shout to Benjamin for sure.
Yeah.
But
The
for
greatest tag team of all time.
the guys tag team outside, there you go.
We meet wrestlers at comic conventions sometimes. Who
Yeah.
has been your favorite to meet, and what wrestler is on your bucket list?
My bucket list I want to meet for sure is the Major Brothers, Matt Cardona and
Oh, damn.
Brian
Yeah.
Myers, Zack Ryder and for sure. Because they're cool. They like talk about toys and action figures, and like I relate with that. I want to meet like the new guys for sure. I want to meet like Darby Allen for sure. I want to meet like MJ for sure. I want to just be like talk shit to me like thank you. But if I had to meet like if I want to meet like an old legend for sure, like an old legend that's still alive. I want to meet Sheik for sure. I'd be like, put me in the crotch, put me in it.
Who?
Oh,
Sheik?
Sheik? Yes.
I had Virgil put me in the $1 Million Dream.
Oh no way, nice,
I have pictures of that. I could should show it off
nice.
soon.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. I was like, he's all like, "Are you gonna buy stuff?" I was like, "Nah, man, I don't have money." Then why are you here? Come here. I was like, "What, man? What? I just want a picture of you." He's like, "Come here," and he did that, and I'm just like, "Oh shit!" Somebody took the
Yeah.
picture. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
you can't ask a wrestler for any like that if you're not gonna pay him. I learned that
Right?
the hard
Yeah.
way too. For
Yeah.
sure. And in the indies though, I was like, hey man, I was like, hey, can my little bro get a picture of you? He's like, what you got? And I was like, got like $10. All right, one picture. I was like, damn, all right.
Damn. All right.
Me also,
There
I
was
want to meet DDP for sure. So I could be give the both of them diamonds. That would be cool.
yeah the diamond cutter.
Or
Of course.
Sting, we would both be like, woo. This
Whoa. There was a video that went viral last year on TikTok, and I'm pretty sure we had this back in our day as well. The guy in the video asked, "Why do you like wrestling so much when you know it's fake and the matches are predetermined?"
okay.
He wasn't trolling. He was just asking a question and wanted to educate and be educated in our ways. I've seen a lot of answers. Some were off the wall, and others were teachable moments. But what do you have to say to that? What did you say to the back in those 4 years,
So
back in
when
those days?
so
What
okay,
would you
so
say if someone would ask you like, "Hey, why do you like wrestling so much?"
like when I
Speak.
say wrestling, I was like, I love the storytelling. I
Right.
love, the entrance. I love the theater because wrestling is like theater basically.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, for me, like people in the back they had like when they had to do plays, they did plays and all that stuff, right? Wrestling is the
Yeah.
same thing.
It is.
They except yeah yeah, it's all predetermined, but just the thrill of knowing like that false count or that fake finish, it's just knowing like you like not knowing what's gonna happen. Like I love it. So I'll be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, it's all that, but it's entertainment. It's fun. I love it. I love the storytelling. I love like these guys really take their job seriously. I love that like wrestlers will like like for me like also too when someone tells me, hey, why you don't watch UFC over wrestling? UFC is real,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
I,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, UFC is real, but these guys wrestlers they wrestle every week. They put their
Yeah.
bodies on every week. It's like Logan Paul. Like Logan Paul had that one match where Roman Reigns, right? The
Yeah.
first match, what happened? He messed up his knee, and he only wrestled one time, and his knee got messed up. And look at
Yeah.
look at the Miz, right? And the Miz has been wrestling for years, and he still wrestles. You get me? So I think it's crazy. When people say that, I'd be like, nah, dude. Like for me, I respect. Don't get me wrong. I respect boxers, fighters, and all that stuff, but it's just a different type of a different type of art, and all art is respected. That's for me. It's just it's art. I love it. I love like the storytelling. I love not knowing what's gonna happen. I love cheering for the guy I want to root for, and just I just love it.
Yeah.
I love the atmosphere when that finish is gonna happen. I love like when Roman Reigns screams for that Superman punch, and
Yeah.
it's just
Ooh-ah.
that and everybody's like
Tribal
yeah,
scream.
even
Yeah.
if you're like against him, you're still gonna do it because you feel it. And that's why I love
Yeah.
I love I love the feel. I love like the raw. I love the raw.
Awesome, dude. Yeah.
So that's for
Uh,
me for sure.
I geek out about it anyway, so it's all good.
No, yeah.
All right. That was all the questions, man. Thank you.
Oh,
Did
for
an
sure.
awesome job. Appreciate all the answers.
Yeah, for sure.
The monster blood changed direction, still bouncing and quivering and leaving white stains on the grass like enormous round footsteps.
Joe, stop reading it. This is too scary for me.
You're right, it is too scary.
If only we could talk about Goosebumps in a way that isn't scary.
Well, guess what, nerds? There might be a podcast like that called Geesebumps.
Geesebumps?
Did you mean goosebumps?
Maybe. Geesebumps is a comedy podcast based on the works of R.L. Stine. Hosted by me, Danielle, PhD.
And me, JoJo PhD.
And me, Jeff, regular person.
Featuring goofs, funny voices, and the occasional critical thought.
Geesebumps!
Available on Podbean and everywhere else podcasts can be found.
Hi, everyone. This is JJ, the co-founder of Good Pods. If you haven't heard of it yet, Good Pods is like Goodreads or Instagram, but for podcasts. It's new, it's social, it's different, and it's growing really fast. There are more than 2 million podcasts, and we know that it is impossible to figure out what to listen to. On Good Pods, you follow your friends and podcasters to see what they like. That is the number one way to discover new shows and episodes. You can find Good Pods on the web or download the app. Happy listening.
But yeah, for me, I'm telling you, like for me, I wish Vince McMahon would like is the greatest heel ever. Like he is he's like my favorite. It's raw, man. Ring the bell.
He's gonna puke.
He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke.
That was hilarious.
Right? I freaking love that, dude. Yeah, but for sure, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm telling you, when do you do any events after like pay per views? Do you do anything after like podcasts or stuff like that?
I can start doing that again.
All right, then. But I'll tell you, if you do anything like that, you let me know. I'm here down just to talk and give you my opinion of it too.
Cool, man.
That's all good.
Yeah, it's like I do it almost. Like the predictions, if we get to it,
Oh yeah.
It's just like I gotta watch 12 hours of freaking wrestling all week, and then like okay, so prior to the lives, I used to do that.
Okay. No,
The
yeah, no,
lives rolled out, and now we're doing this.
yeah, no,
So like, all right, I'm gonna have to find some time to like not do this but do that, and then yeah, it's like um, I'll give you my information, all that stuff, and we can talk about the.
oh yeah, no, for sure. No, I'm just saying.
You can
Any,
get
I
on the
think.
show. You can
Oh
become
yeah.
a regular. You can come back anytime you want.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I was just saying that like when people do that, like it's hard. You give me if you've watched, what 3 hours of Raw and then two of SmackDown, 5 hours, right? And then you watch
And then
AEW, what
and
2 hours,
then
and then the
Rampage,
Rampage, yeah,
and then sometimes Impact.
Impact,
Like I look
yeah,
for Impact, and then I look for the news, see what's going on, and then I look on Twitter, what's going on,
yeah.
and then all that stuff.
No, yeah, I get you. And then I'm telling you, it takes a while. People think it's just easy that like you just talk about wrestling. It's like nah, man. That's you really have to do your homework, because if you're gonna talk, you don't want to sound dumb, and then like a major mark will be like gonna call you on your BS. They're like you don't know what's up.
Yeah,
So I totally feel you, man. Like I totally get you. Like, but it's cool to have someone have fun with wrestling, and I just love it. Wrestling. I just love it
for
because
real. Yeah,
it's all over the world, man.
it is worldwide.
Yeah. So
You
let me
know
tell
who else
you.
is all over the world? Me.
Yeah, sure.
I'm being listened all over the world. So,
Yeah.
like, people will hear from you in Mexico, Puerto Rico, all that stuff,
Germany, all that
Germany,
stuff. Yeah, man.
Iraq, all of them. Yeah. So
So what?
it's
Hold on.
fun.
So what do you think about they're trying to sell it to them? What do you think about that?
What was that?
What do you think about them selling to they want to sell it to this shipper? The over there. Do you think WD's gonna sell it?
Uh, Not to them.
I don't think so either. There's no
I don't
way,
think
right?
so to them. And not to Nick Tony Khan. Yeah, not to Tony Khan either. I don't think they're gonna
No.
do all that. Uh, Best bet would be Warner Brothers or Disney or freaking NBC. Buy it. Peacock. It's yours.
Imagine a Disney. That's I never thought of Disney owning
Like
something like
I've
that.
always joked about it. Disney's gonna buy WWE, and my friends be like, "Shut up!" Like imagine if it did. Stephanie McMahon would be a Disney princess. All
Freaking-
the divas title would be
you know how
changed its
many
name to
edits?
the princess title.
You know how many edits are people gonna make of Vince McMahon beating her up with like the cameras on her face? Oh man,
Everything.
freaking oh man. Do you have any old like original VHSs of wrestling like pay per views?
I don't think so. They're all like destroyed or gone or taped over by corn.
Corn? No. Wait, Disney buy? No. He's just saying if Disney buys WWE, and I'm just like,
Wait,
yeah,
what Disney bought? No, 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 no. What?
no, no. We're just saying that. It's just funny if because
Like,
because Stephanie McMahon would
no.
be a princess.
It has the corn. Not. Oh God, corn. It has the juice. I love corn.
The little kid,
The little kid.
drinking. I
She's
like
thinking about corn. We're thinking about different corn. All right.
the mustard break.
We're not thinking about the elote.
I know Lotus on bomb right now with some cheese, some mayo, some
Right? Yeah.
in the cup. Do you like it in the cup or in the cob?
Street, bro. Street.
Oh, it's a
Cup.
sweet cup. Okay.
Street. Street elotes.
So yep.
Oh, stop it. You're all making me hungry. Yeah. All right. Um. What else? Elotes with mayonnaise, butter,
Oh yeah.
cheese,
Or I want some
tahine,
tahini. Yep.
tahine.
So so you're like curious. Are you a Marvel person or a DC person?
I'm both, dude.
You're
Like
both.
I really don't care. I like both of them. Marvel. I was a DC fan first. Like I used to love Superman. Fucking.
Limon. Yep.
I used to have those um wrestling buddies,
All right. Which one?
and
Which one did you have? I do. I had an
I
Ultimate Warrior. I can't find it, man. I wish I could find it.
I had Ultimate Warrior. I had Hulk Hogan. I
Nice.
had the Hulk.
The Hulk.
They had a Marvel one, the Hulk,
Oh,
and
really?
I had Ted DiBiase.
Uh,
But like no, it wasn't Ultimate Warrior. It was Randy Savage. It was Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage because those two were my favorite. So I had them up there. I would get up top of the couch and fucking fly off and do the elbow drop on
dude,
them.
yeah, hell yeah, me too.
Went to the
Sometimes
hospital.
sometimes I have like the warrior standing up, and then I'll run and I'll jump over him to him like pressing me up, and then and I'll try to fall down to him like jumping on me.
So one day I had a Superman cape on, got on top of the couch, not on top of the like armrest, on top of the headrest
Okay.
couch. So I flew from there with the
Tape.
cape on, did the thing, did the elbow drop, went to the hospital. I'm like, shit.
You just landed
Oh
all
my
elbow,
god, it hurts.
all elbow on ground. Damn.
All elbow on the floor with Hulk Hogan in the middle. Like, oh.
What did you break? You probably got like a sore.
Thank you, Josh, if you're listening, for coming on to the show. I appreciate you. On to other things. Many of you know that Young Rock is coming to an end next week. I will be covering both episodes, plus what my favorite episode of the entire season was, which means I'm going to need more content for Backdrop and Backlot segment. So I made a poll. You can check out that poll on the blog. After season 3 finale of Young Rock next week, what movie, TV shows, or network specials should I do next for the pod? The options were many. Heels, the wrestler against the ropes on Netflix. Mr. Nanny, that old Hulk Hogan movie. The Marine with John Cena, the Mae Young Classics on the network. And Glow, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling on Netflix. That poll will be up for a few weeks, or for a week, I'm sorry. And so far, it has 7 votes, and it's divided between two contenders so far. One of them is Heels, the Stars TV show with Stephen Amell, formerly Green Arrow on Arrow, the CW network TV show, and the other one is Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling on Netflix as well. So go ahead and vote and let me know what show or movies I should cover next. Elimination Chamber is this Sunday. Elimination Chamber is this Saturday, and it's not too late for a prediction, even though it's going to be by myself. So here are the participants of who's on the show so far. Austin Theory defending his United States Championship belt against Seth Rollins. Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Damon Priest, and Montez Ford in the Elimination Chamber. It will be the first time it will be contested in that structure. If Austin Theory can pull it off, then he won't be considered as a joke anymore. But I'm going with Johnny Gargano. He's my favorite to win this. I love Johnny Gargano. Next match is for the number one contendership against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 39. It will be Asuka taking on Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalia Neidhart, and Carmella in the Elimination Chamber as well. We're obviously the fans are all going for Asuka. It's the obvious choice, Asuka or Kana, to be facing Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 39. Uh, One of these people does not belong, I guess. Carmella looks out of place in this. So they might do a switcheroo later on in the show where Carmella's injured and uh, Chelsea Green just happens to be there as she gets put in. Shout out to Chelsea Green, actually, who's been doing this Karen gimmick the last few weeks. Like, every time she sees the general manager of Raw and SmackDown, Adam Pearce, she just walks up to him like, "Do you know who the manager is?" And he just stands there like, "It's me. I run both shows. Hello." And Chelsea just like, "Well, I need this and this and this done. And I would like to talk to your manager, and then I would like to talk." It's a hilarious skit. I love it. Arrow made me think that wearing dark green eyeshadows as a smoky eye was a good idea. Spoiler, it wasn't. I'm trying to imagine it. I mean, wow. Oh, a green? Dark green. Okay, I see it. All right. No, no. I mean, you have to wear a mask also. Like, cover that thing. Was this in school? Did you do this at school? Psychologic analysis. Too sweet, brother. Yes, yes, you did. Of course she did. She did it at school. Oh, man. There's also a mixed tag team match between Edge teaming up with his wife, Beth Phoenix. There's also a mixed tag team match between Edge teaming up with his wife, Beth Phoenix, to take on his former stable, the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley, with Dominic Mysterio probably hanging around ringside. I just want to give it to Edge and Beth Phoenix already. If he's not coming back to WrestleMania, just give it to them. That's it. He goes off to retirement again. Saw a video over the weekend. Week? This is the weekend. I saw a video over the week of Edge hanging out with his daughter at school, father-daughter dance, and they're just having fun. SmackDown or upcoming pay-per-view, I don't keep up with WWE. I know you don't. You're about New Japan Pro Wrestling, which I want to get you on the show for one day. It's okay. Don't apologize. It's Elimination Chamber on Saturday. So yeah, that will be coming up real soon. The next match could be a headbanger. So, with that in mind, let's hear it for Johnny Bananas again. Where's that headbanger audio?
Well, boys, we got ourselves a good old-fashioned headbanger.
Bobby Lashley taking on Brock Lesnar. Lately, Cowboy Brock Lesnar has been doing some hilarious promos. So obviously, I'm going with Brock Lesnar. And finally, we have Sami Zayn taking on the head of the table himself, the leader of the bloodline, the chief. I'm acknowledging him. He's the longest reigning champion of the modern era, defending the undisputed Universal Championship in a regular match, Roman Reigns. Of course. I'm going with Roman Reigns. He's going to beat Sami Zayn. He's going to beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. He's going to beat Pedro Morales' record. And can't wait for Elimination Chamber. I cannot wait for Elimination Chamber either. And then he's going to be the longest reigning undisputed Universal Champion. Top 5. I can sense it. Cody Rhodes does not deserve that belt, that championship. I said it. It's a hot take, but it's there. Yeah. That's going to do it for this episode. But before I go, I want to give a major shout out to the following people. They've been sending their support by becoming fans of the show, so I'm sending them a very special shout out to them. Messenger of Stupidity, always here. Menace Smiling, always here. Diamond Andretti, Brenda Lamore 1, Goody Girl, TT Mama 72, I hear they're best friends or something. Lust for Life, which you just heard on this episode, the interviewing questions. A is Danny Hydrangea Water, one of the best friends I could ever have. California, Psychologic Analysis, who is a big NJPW fan and will probably get on the show here soon enough for some questions and what's been going on in Japan. John Decor, Miniature Dancer 51, another person who I want to interview on here as well. Shot of Patron, the THC Ministry. He's lurking around somewhere. I've seen him. I've seen his name. Jolene, Giswick Ninja, the Gizmo. Mogwai! Love that name. Just heard from her a few moments ago. Personality data based. Always an honor to have her. Next one is real. It's a real name. Certified cunt. Yeah, I said it. Aquarius bullshit. Bayleaf1606, Sad Little Bug Collector, and a special shout out for Stephen Jones 067, who answered a question just recently from episode 24, a discussion of wrestling conspiracy theories. I had a Q&A up there. It's been a while since I've done those, but hey, I had a Q&A up there as well. I had asked, if you were to build a stable with any wrestler of any era, who would they be? They can't be currently holding a championship belt. Name them. Stephen Jones 067 chose the leader would be The Rock. The special tag team would be the Street Profits. The mid-card attraction, the one that would win the Intercontinental Championship belt, would be Apollo Crews. And the manager would be MVP. They would be called the New Nation, a modern-day take on the Nation of Domination. That's awesome to hear, Stephen Jones 067. Hopefully we get to hear more from you. If you have any comments or requests or questions, hit me up on the email from undertheapron@gmail.com. And, thank you for that. I'll have more questions up for the next few episodes as well. So, with that in mind, let's end it. Thank you for being in the live streams and holding it down for me, for your support, for following me, or even listening to the podcast. You guys are amazing. It's the only thing I can do is show you guys some love on this podcast. Thank you for the support tonight. Those that have been listening, you can find us on other sort of social or audio streaming platforms at our Linktree, linktree.com/from under the apron. It has a link to our blog, our socials, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, plus any of your favorite audio streaming devices such as GoodPod, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio accounts, where you can listen to us as well. Leave us a comment or a 5-star review, which helps us be discovered by other fans of wrestling and podcasts, as well as 20 other music and podcast streaming services. I regularly check the analytics, and we are being listened to on the Fountain app. I regularly check the analytics, and we are being listened to on the Fountain app, Pandora, and Pocket Cast. So shout out to those people. Tell your friends. I've been told I have a soothing voice, so maybe that's why. Hopefully the ASMR Phantom becomes aware of this, and I can start doing wrestling news in an ASMR fashion. Check out the show notes for links to other podcast shows that you heard on this episode. Send us a message of your favorite wrestling stories, questions, comments, ratings, or requests by email. It is from undertheapron@gmail.com, and I will do my best to get to them and answer accordingly. Thank you for listening, joining the live, staying the gift, and being a huge part of the community. Tell your friends, join us next time for more stories, movies, and TV show reviews, as well as wrestling-related stories when we come to you from Under the Apron. Color codes will run society.